Hello, welcome back to my channel, Ask MCT Chris. Now in today's session, I'm going to show you how to use two functions in Power BI, the RANKX and also the EARLIER function. I hope you'll stay tuned, but before we start, let's watch my intro. So I have here my Power BI desktop open, and this is just a listing of projects with the report period and the current status. Now the requirement is to get the previous value of the current status. So for example, for February 23, the previous would be red because that's in January. For March, it will be red because that's the value for Feb. And then for April, it will be amber because that would be March. And that should be done by project. At the same time, we wanted also not the previous one, but the next one. So for example, in January, we will get Feb, which is red. In Feb, we will get amber, and then for March, we will get April. And we can do that using two functions, the RANKX and also the EARLIER function. So the first thing we need to do in here is to create a new column, and we're going to name that column index. We're going to use in here the RANKX function, and we'll pass the table of the regs, which is the name, because we wanted it by name or project name, and we're also going to pass it by period. Close that. That would be our table. And then what are we going to rank? Of course, the period, which we don't need any value, but we wanted to be in ascending order, and I wanted it to be in dense. So close bracket, press enter, and you will see now that it has created an index of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that because that is project A, and then it starts again from 1. That's for the project B. The next thing we wanted to create is to grab the previous value of the current status. So we'll create another column in here, and then I'm going to call this EARLIER, and then we will use the calculate function, and our expression will be the first non-blank of the current status, and then we wanted it to be in the first index. That would be the one that we're going to calculate, and we're going to filter that by looking at the regs table, looking at the project name should be equal to EARLIER project name, close bracket, and at the same time we wanted it to have the index, which is equal to EARLIER, and that would be again the index, and we want to close bracket in there for the EARLIER -1 because that's the previous date, close bracket and close bracket, and that's our EARLIER function, which you will see in here that is red, red, amber, amber, and then also for May. So that is the earlier. Now if you want the next one, you can just copy that particular function, create another field in here, and then we will just name this as next. Paste that, take that off, and all we need to do is change this. Instead of a minus, we just do a plus. And then when we do that, you will now see that it gets the next. So let's put that into our visualization. So in here, we're just going to put in a table. Put the project name, put the period, which we can now see that that is January to August for project A. Let's have the current status. We've got the previous status, and then of course the next status. And you will see that it has properly computed. And there you go. That is how to use the RANKX function and also the earlier function to get the previous or the next value of a current status by project within that period. I hope you've learned something from this session, and if you did, please hit that like button and please hit that subscribe for more tips and tricks from me. Thank you for watching.